Bloons, Tower Defense 6. This is team leader for Bonanza Flotilla, and it looks like we're about to win our match, but I just wanted to record a few of my thoughts about this new game mode as we are playing our last couple of rounds here. And my thought was that this game mode ends up requiring way too much. You have to play way too many rounds to really participate in it. Unlike the other modes where you are able to play a few rounds and then do other things, this one requires a lot more commitment to a game that you would assume is a sort of casual. You would assume is sort of a casual thing. It's not really supposed to be something that you have to devote a massive amount of time to, but I noticed while we were playing through this battle, we did have to use way more. We had to play way more rounds than expected. And also, the length of time, over 10 days I think it was, it would probably be better for a shorter length of time, just because you have things to do that don't involve monkeys popping balloons. So, let's see. Well, as you can see, I put out my first monkey. I'm letting a few go through before I get my general. But that is okay, because all you have to do is pass through the thing. And if it were more competitive, I would be worried about my clock time. But at this point, most of the teams on this map just didn't play after a certain point. So it was just us and the other team to the right there. So, but it was a lively competition all the way through. So in that way, it was successful, the event. But yeah, I just think it would be easier to do it if less gameplay were required over a smaller amount of days. I don't like letting all these balloons get through, or Bloons as they're called, because there's no A in the beginning. But all right, let them go, and then get the general. Different people play different ways, but the way I tend to play is I tend to put a lot of value on the placement of the general, and that means you want to get them in play as soon as possible, because they are the only monkey that they level up automatically, whereas everybody else has to be manually leveled up by you. So they don't automatically scale with the difficulty of the round. Let's see. Now I can start getting some other things. Get this out there so we can deal with the Alright, and then I'll put in the oversized nail to just slow them down a bit, because it seems like we have a situation there. What will I try from my next unit? Well, he's doing quite well slowing them down there. I'm going to open up this skull area eventually, But I think I'll just wait and get a super monkey in there too. Because they are one of the most versatile and valuable units, of course. So that will be a good... And I guess, once again, we will end up kind of focusing the defenses in this area. Now, get rid of that, just because it broadens out the defensive directions here. I'm going to reduce the sound effect sound a bit there. That's better. It's good to hear the general talking, because their talk is not just fun to hear, it's kind of useful in some cases. They say things that are actually valuable to you. And instead of getting super range here, I'm actually going to get the knockback. At first, when I was playing this earlier on, I didn't realize the value of that, but it is super valuable to be able to push back the creeps, or, you know, that's what you might call them in generic tower defense terms. Push them back, the Bloons, so they stay within the area of your concentrated defense for the longest time. I probably will buy that epic range too there. That really helps that area. So look at that. They aren't getting through, and that is exactly what you want in a Bloons round. And since we are talking about such an effective pushback, now I will also add the glue and corrosive. And the thing is that... Alright, use that. And they took care of it easily. Great. So, that is our first big hurdle, obviously, the Moab. Considering what other units we can put in here. Our defenses are pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and drop a Moab Mauler in here. Always nice to have that as sort of insurance. There's a very strong unit. And we'll go ahead and speed it up. Play a couple speed rounds, why not? Or just advance the... I don't usually play the speed rounds that much, so don't really put that much emphasis on it. We could do the Robo Monkey, or we could do the Ultravision and then get the Dark Knight Monkey. That could be fun. Since we can, Robo Monkey. He's just cool. Two different things we can set, and I will set one of them to strong. You get two different choices there. Doing quite well. Turbo damage laser bombs. Oh, that was wasted. I'm just thinking about what to say. Anyway, notice that we don't have a full cast of players here. We are limited. Each round limits you to a few. And sometimes it's easy to get through, but other times it's very difficult because your favorite strategy isn't usable. For example, Bonanza Flotilla, that's our group, if you would like to join. I focus on water units a lot, but so many of these rounds, water units haven't even been available, even if you do have... Speed it up. Water units haven't even been available, even if you have a water space to put them. And you don't have access to your swimming pool or float or other things to change the land and water units, so that is unfortunate. Oh, Tech Terror. What do you think? Tech Terror or Overclocked? Which is more impressive? Tech Terror, let's do it.
Type 7 threat detected.
Wow, look at that. That could be more visually impressive, but what it does is impressive enough, I suppose.
Turbo damage laser bombs.
Oops, wasted.
Sentai style. Turbo damage laser bombs.
All right. Things are going pretty well for our defense team here. Sure, we'll go with Balloon Dissolver. Just because they are being pushed back so much that Dissolver is going to do a lot of turbo damage while they are waiting to get through. Alright, he's got that. Extra power. This is a cool... thing. Now, a lot of time, I will put many of our units onto strong, just because I know that Lightspeed Ultra Mega Strike. There we go. I forget. Still has limited range there, so remember the range of your specials.
Turbo damage laser bombs.
These defenses are so good he could get a little bored here. But I wanted to put him here because, notice, the creeps pass by him 3 times. He gets 3 chances to defend every situation, so that is good. Overclock? Sure, why not? Overclock the Tech Terror. That seems appropriate. I overclocked my gaming PC while recording this. Why not? Just so everything would run at light speed. Switch up that. One more. Overclock. Tech Terror looks like the MVP at this point, so might as well make the most of him.
Turbo damage laser bombs.
There we go. It's basically 1 right now.
Sentai style. Turbo damage laser bombs.
Do we get one more Tech Terror? We do. Victory. So, now we captured a tile, a hexagonal board area here, and this is a banner tile, so that's worth a little bit more. How all the rules are implemented is not totally clear here, but it's interesting that we get to zoom in and look at a more strategy board view. Now, technically, all of these teams could have come in from the side, but I guess they lost interest. We'll try this one. I don't often play this map, but we'll see. See how it goes. And notice you don't spend a ticket unless you win. If you lose, it doesn't make you pay for that play. So you are not obligated. All right, so we have a beginning setup. What will I start with today? We will start with a Dartling Gunner, which very versatile character. I'll put him here. Notice we get a little bit of ability on either side of that wall, which is the obvious focus of this particular situation. We'll lock him a little bit higher there. And then I will also, as you like to, put a tack launcher in a corner. That's the best usage that we have on this particular board for him. And recently, because I've been trying to power up my builder monkeys, I have used them a lot, so we'll put one at the beginning, and we will get him ready to do the cleansing foam, which I was reminded that cleansing foam actually helps remove the metal situation as well. Technically, we are trying for the lowest money spent, but unless you're trying to capture a territory from one of your opponents, you don't have to worry about that much. I mean, it depends how competitive this game mode would eventually get. Doesn't matter. All right, we have a monkey village as one of the available units, and we tend to like to play with monkey villages, and yet, during so many of the rounds of this event, the monkey village hasn't even been an available. Let him go. Hasn't even been an available unit. Sure, I will also place him . Can you have it both ways? That's good enough. Add that, and prioritize. That's a good thing to do for your units that can handle the camo. Focusing his fire seems to be pretty important on this level. And we'll laser to slow them down. Give him advanced targeting, even though I'll also, it's sort of redundant to do the different options, but get that cleansing foam going. We could use the sentry guns, but I say I will use the nails instead, because this round is so short. There's not a long path that they're passing over. So it's kind of good to do anything you can to make the path seem longer, even if it isn't. And speaking of making the path seem longer, some glue would do that. Make that stickier. While they're stuck, it's all about focusing your defenses into useful groups. Or that's one of many strategies. Now increase I could use the extra range thing. Yes, we'll go for extra range. Alright, and that is our major helper for getting past that round 40. We've got him in place, but we're just going to put one more bit of insurance in here. Not really even necessary to worry about. Playing so effectively here. Normally we will use the faster shooting and then the fire tax, but instead use the blades this time, but also more. There we go. Wait. See, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy talking to you. Alright, it's there, and now not locked. I'll actually actively pay attention to the situation here. It's sort of not fun when they don't even get on the board, is it? Isn't it? Unfortunately, I can't upgrade to that other mode, but that's alright. That accelerator could be very valuable. And another thing I could do is think about where, oh, we only get one Dartling gunner. That's interesting. Alright, we'll put another one of these guys out here. Just sort of help take care of things down here. And a sentry gun. For this one we'll do more, because it may be a bunch of small Bloons, which will get through instead of large ones over here on this side. Power him up. See what else can we do for him. Just overclock. Yes, that's useful. And so is this. Yeah, slow them way down. As we said, slow is good in this particular level. Oh, I only get one glue gun. But since we have a monkey village, might as well drop this in here, where it can be relevant to enhance all of these units. Do I really need a coverage for them in terms of that? Yeah, sure, we'll get the radar scanner, the radius, and the drums. Now they are fully empowered to handle whatever. We're going to put another village right here. Power up our forces there. And make it a bit cheaper. If I buy a monkey town, would I get free dart monkeys? Want to try that? Okay, let's see. Can we get around the limitation of free monkeys? Oh, what a shame. We don't get it. Because it's limited. That was a waste of money, but it was fun to try, wasn't it? That overclock. Okay, we're doing... Oh, we're not doing that good. I'll slow it down for a minute. Consider where we add our defenses again. Since everything is so focused at that beginning, we'll do this quickly, this. Help the situation up there, yes. And since we have this area, just put him in this area. Yeah. Oh, a trap. Clever. And give him those sentry guns. Alright, now speed it up again. Alright, smooth sailing once again. All those pigeons, they have a... They're not afraid of anything. Oh wow, look, they're getting through. Alright, we better slow it down again. We're going to do... How did we lose? Because I'm paying attention to talking to you and not playing. Alright. Yes, plasma. Alright. So here we go. Now... See, you can micro focus if you want. And then I'll put this in place right here. They're sort of different features. You have the slow down and speed up on your spacebar, so I say use it. Once again, we'll put this in here, and yeah, that is it's a real compromise to the placement of him there. Not the best. Yes, a trap. Micro focus. Micro, as they call it. Doing pretty good. We can win. Sure, we'll buy that. Goes through the wall, does it? Doesn't go through the wall. Of course, it's good to have hotkeys for your main powers. Glue. Probably won't be able to buy that super glue before the end of the round. See, look at the defenses a bit. Think, what could I power up? Oh yes, this sniper was kind of an afterthought. There, that will help us. Always a good purchase. Slow them way down like that with the MAME Moab situation. You'd think this game was a simple sort of cute cartoon casual game battle, but that is only what it is on the easy levels. And if you get into the difficult ones, it gets complicated. And because every monkey can be placed, sort of microscopic pixel value, you get to choose where they are. Potentially, every round you play could be slightly different. The different placement will affect the different monkeys. Yep, we're about to finish here. Hold off for a minute, and then get them there. Good. And that was a win. All right. So go back here. See how the map has changed or not changed. We captured... I see. The pink forces are still capturing and playing. We're going to take it to the very end in 13 minutes. But that is cool. It looks like I have no more tickets, so no more tickets will appear before the end of the game. We'll just look at some of these levels. It's a clever game mode. I think if the balance of how many things were better balanced between how much you have to play, and a lot of people on the message boards have said that they wish that the board stayed captured longer. Like, you will lose your territory, contested territory, You will lose your contested territory after 1 day, I believe. All of the neutral in 6 hours. See, all of the hexes return to their original state after 24 hours. It may not be obvious, but the graphics are in 3D, and there is a patch where you can actually play it in a 3D view, but I guess that is not part of the main game because some of the graphics are flat, and so it doesn't quite blend. It doesn't quite blend together, but it has been fun. I think maybe adjust the balance a bit more for the next event, and people might really get into it. I don't know if I ever have time to play this again. Sort of ended up being more of a time commitment than I ever expected. But it was a fun situation.